What's up, ladies and gents, Ghost here, back with some more Battlefield 3, and I think the question on everybody's lips at the moment when they enter the game is, what should I do now? Typically for me, it would be trying to better myself using a particular vehicle or maybe a weapon, recording some footage for a certain weapon due to making a gun guide or something like that. But now that there's only 1 week left till the beta, guys, I'm kind of finding myself asking the question, well, what should I do in Battlefield anymore? Personally, I'm trying to spend my time just preparing for Battlefield 4, so that means going back to basics for me, working on my infantry play, working on my jet gameplay. Now, I don't know how the jets are going to handle in Battlefield 4. Hopefully it will be something similar to the way they currently are in BF3 regarding speed control and dogfighting and all those important factors. But at the end of the day, I haven't ever tried the jets and I can't really know. But I figured sort of setting myself a little challenge here of not using the third person mode might be something interesting. It might make things a little bit more cinematic, a bit more lifelike, and in any way, it should definitely help me become better in the jets. So I kind of got inspired to do this by a recent DICE blog post, and it was about some of the new battle log features that are coming in Battlefield 4, and one of them is missions, which are essentially challenges that you can set for friends or people that you have on battle log to say, for example, you can set a challenge to get a KDR that's higher than 3, and if that person manages to accomplish that mission, they will then pass it. I'm not sure if you get a reward or if it's just for bragging rights, but I started to think about all the things that I could do, and maybe I could make this into a series where maybe me and the guys from Charlie Squad, we can set each other missions and then we can sort of fool around. And I thought we could set each other challenges or missions, as they're called, that are a little bit more interesting than just getting a 3 KDR, right? Because as impressive as that is, it's not particularly interesting or funny or entertaining for people to watch, but we could think of some really funny things, like, for example, I don't know, say you're only allowed to kill people while you're in a vehicle, and when you're not in a vehicle, all you're allowed to use is your knife and your pistol. That could be quite entertaining for a game. I'm not exactly sure how much we're going to be able to change the different parameters for these missions. I don't think it will be quite that in-depth. I think it will just be based on simple stats. But in any case, let me know what you guys think of this idea down below, if it sounds like something that could be entertaining. Now, for anybody out there who dogfights and is used to being on softcore mode and using a third-person view while they're dogfighting, then you'll know what I mean when I say it's really difficult to not hit that C key and sort of force yourself to stay in first-person mode. Now, I've been on hardcore mode before as a jet pilot and suddenly realised, whoa, I can't even switch to third person. This is a lot more difficult. So I decided to set myself that challenge on normal mode when everybody else can do whatever the hell they like. And it actually turned out to be a really awesome learning experience. If you've never done this before, I would really recommend it. I actually found that after a while of flying around like that, I was looking at my air radar more because you have so much smaller sort of screen real estate and awareness around the jet. You rely much more upon the radar and you're able to see incoming threats much sooner than before. And believe it or not, in a lot of dogfights, I even found it to give me an advantage there. Once you get used to it, not having to switch from third person into first person all the time is really, really nice. You're able to aim so much better because you're not always constantly switching between the two views. And this worked with taking out ground targets just as much as it did air-to-air targets. I was able to line up my crosshairs and begin firing sooner on ground targets than before. And while this may not sound like such a huge deal, the quicker you get your crosshairs on your target, the more airtime you have to actually take it out, and this can be the difference between disabling a tank and actually destroying it. So that's typically the kind of thing that I've chosen to spend my last few days of playing Battlefield 3 doing, going back to basics, preparing for the new game and challenging myself as best I can. Feel free to let me know down below what you guys have been up to. What weapons have you been using? Have you chosen to say goodbye to some of the weapons that sadly aren't going to make it into Battlefield 4? Like the G3A3, the AS-Val, those are two of my favourite guns. I've been using those quite a lot since I know I'm not going to get the chance in BF4 anymore. Or have you been using some of the weapons that are going to make it over, such as the Scar H? In any case, if you'd like to chime in on any of the topics covered in this video, then feel free by all means to do so down below. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, give us a thumbs up down below, and if you're new to the channel, then come and hang out in the comments below. Come and say hi. Nobody's going to bite your head off, I hope. No, I'm only joking. And yeah, if you like the content, then feel free to subscribe for more by all means. And I'll see you guys in the next one.